Hello and welcome back to Fanboys of Gaming podcast. I am one of your only currently two hosts because our third host is who knows where. My name is Christopher.
I'm Michael, and
And
Justin
we got some
is
good
very busy. That's where he is.
busy with what exactly?
Personal stuff. He told me about it earlier, but he'll be back. He's just had a lot of stuff going on.
All right. Well, as of right now, we got some goodies for you. We got some interesting news on Amiibos, those Nintendo collectible things that you will probably never use too often. Mario Maker patch, which, I mean, it's needed. And then something most interesting to me is I'm not exactly sure how Mike came about this information, but Microsoft supposedly is capable of using two Kinects in unison to act as a scanner for a 3D printer.
So if the Kinects were scanning a face, the scan data might instruct the fans behind the material to directly blow where behind the nose, because it's the closest thing to the Kinect. So then it would blow the fans in a way that it would shape your face if it was staring at your face. Or, if you were to put maybe your dog on there or something, like it would show like it would try to create a muzzle using these fans. So I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do with it, but it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty sweet.
It's something of interest, I suppose.
I'm not going to buy two Kinects to do it and a bunch of fans, but
a lot of people
cool.
aren't even willing to buy one Kinect.
Yeah, buy one Kinect. I thought they're bad.
Okay, so what is this about Mario Maker? Because I have personally not played Mario Maker. So why don't you, a patch?
The patch, yes. Okay, so when they announced that Mario Maker, the way to unlock everything would be to to play for 9 days straight, like a 5-minute period, 9 days straight, and it would after the 5 minutes.
I don't understand that. What do you mean in a 5-minute period?
So if you play for up to 5 minutes and beyond, it unlocks content for a day, and then that's it. That's all you get. It doesn't matter how long you play, how far you play, how many maps you make, anything like that. At the time, that was it. Like, you can't unlock any more stuff for the rest of the day. So it was to pace you, so that way you just didn't sit there for like 2 days straight and just play Mario Maker and build a crap ton of levels. I understand why they did it, but it annoyed a lot of people that when they bought the game, everything wasn't just unlocked immediately. And so what they did is they put a patch out, and the patch says conditions for increasing the amount of usable parts in the level editor were added. So it says that there's different ways to unlock content now instead of just the 5-minute thing. And some people have been trying to figure out how, because they didn't specifically say. Certain people here say that they unlocked content after they waited. Unlock the content that you would have had to wait a day to get after they waited 2 hours and 15 minutes. So if they played for 2 hours and 15 minutes and unlocked content for the next day, instead of just you having to wait a 24-hour period. And then another person in a forum had said that they were placing a lot of blocks into a level, and it gave them a notification that they unlocked content. People have been trying to get a hold of Nintendo, trying to figure out, how exactly the new update changes the unlock conditions, but they haven't officially come out and said anything about it yet.
I mean, I understand that they want players to pace themselves, so that they aren't, like you said, after play for like 2 or 3 days, they're all Mario Makered out. Like it's a cool thing. It was really cool when it came out, and I played it for like 3 days, the whole day, and then I just put it down. But I'm not quite understanding 9 days.
9 days? Mario Maker has a lot, basically uses every piece of Mario content from the first Mario game until I think up to the newer ones, the newer 2D ones, not the 3D ones. And by that I mean they still have the ones that have 3D World had different layerings, right? Did you play 3D World?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. Okay, it had multiple layers in a 2D form?
Yeah.
It was 2.5D, basically. Okay. So I think those kind of things are not unlockable in Super Mario Maker, but everything else from the first one on were.
Mm.
So
Okay, I mean,
there's a
I
lot
think
of
it's
stuff there, is my point.
I think the better way for them to have done this, as opposed to unlocking over a random 9 days, maybe just have some content out when it was released, and then maybe have them in periodic updates. Add
True.
some newer content to it, as opposed to having players clearly visible to see it, but
Yeah.
going like, nope, you got to wait a total of 9 days so you can have all this. Like
Mm.
it just kind of it just kind of is a middle finger to the player, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess the point of Mario Maker is the biggest thing I have to assume is that a lot of people, Nintendo's gonna look at these maps because they can see them and be like, well, some of these are really great maps. You know what I mean? And they may or may not use them in future Mario games or whatever, or they may come out with a collection or something like that, or suggested Mario maps. But a lot of things I've heard about it too is that when they made Mario Maker, people seem to think that there's no reason to ever buy another 2D Mario game ever again, because you're just gonna have ridiculous amounts of Mario maps to play.
Right. I guess it makes sense.
So some
Moving
people
on,
think they shot themselves in the foot there.
Amiibos.
Amiibos? Sure, we'll talk about some Amiibos here.
We go from shooting ourselves in the foot to Amiibos.
Nintendo didn't shoot themselves in the foot when they made the Amiibos. That's probably the best thing they've
I
done in
think
years. Go ahead.
I think that the history of Amiibos is a kind of funny. Before we get to the actual topic, I was just watching a video recently that went into depth about the Amiibos. We all know the game Skylanders. We've seen commercials for it, and it uses the Amiibo technology. Now, Nintendo was first approached from them to make a game like that, and Nintendo turned it down,
which was stupid.
And
no offense.
Which was stupid, but the really sad thing is that became Skylanders, and then Nintendo's like, oh,
crap,
this is cool. so then they made it, and the sad thing is that Nintendo makes more money off of it than Skylanders does.
Well,
and I feel like it's just like hey, it just goes to show we can turn you down because we'll have an opportunity later to make more money off of it.
I think, isn't Skylander Spyro?
I think so.
Okay. I do believe that there's a Bowser, or the Bowser amiibo works with Skylanders.
Really?
I think so, because I had seen something recently about a Bowser crossover with Skylanders.
Oh wow.
Which is weird, but I think that's what I had seen.
Apparently they've sold over. The news is apparently they've sold over 7 million amiibo figurines, and the most sold one, which is my favorite as well, is the Link one from Super Smash Bros. Yep. I personally prefer Toon Link when playing Smash because he is much more fast. He's way faster. He's way easier to move. I feel like whenever I play as Toon Link and then play as Link, I feel like I'm like anchored down. That's just me though. Mike, you don't want to be any more anchored down when we play Jungle Japes.
No, I don't. What I was gonna say is the 7 million amiibo figure is just in the U.S. That doesn't include Japanese sales, European sales, Australian sales. Yeah, that's just the U.S.
Oh wow!
So they've sold a lot more than that, and they sold 600,000 copies of Splatoon in the U.S.
I feel bad. Did you hear about the truck robbery?
Of Splatoon, yes, I have.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it got robbed. I don't.
Precious cargo.
Yeah, I know. Did they sell? Was that like a black market thing? That person stole them and then went off and sold them, or what was the deal with that? Do you remember?
No idea. There's no news on it.
Huh. I just thought
it was interesting. Of all the things you could rob, like a bank.
Splatoon.
You rob a Splatoon truck.
It's so random. Like, what? I don't understand.
It is.
Oh well. People are stupid. Some people are stupid.
Anyway, we're aware that the news is kind of dry right now. Until that next
TGS.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, TGS. Until that
TGS.
happens, news is going to be pretty dry, just because everyone is keeping their reveals and all their juicy releases to themselves up until that point. But I can tell you that with the Taken King coming out in only 2 days, we will be covering that very quickly, especially as me, someone personally who is counting down the days.
Well, less than 2 days. Less than 2 days.
Less than 2 days. Um,
Real quick.
but yeah, that's gonna be it for us. What?
Before you go, Tokyo Game Show, TGS, is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 17th through the 20th. So, we will... I think... I may do one solo one if there's like a decent enough amount of news, but I'm going to try to get all three of us together to try to cover TGS entirely on Monday. I'm going to try to do a specific TGS show for next Monday.
Yeah, that might be nice. But anyway, that's going to be it for us today. Check us out on fanboysofgaming.com for all of your latest gaming news. Feel free to check out our Facebook group where you will find fellow fans of gaming. My name is Christopher.
I'm Michael, and don't forget to check out the Fogcast with our other members of Fog. They're doing another podcast on the weekend. I believe Saturdays or Sundays they post it. They post it topic by topic.
I'm going to put a link in the description?
Yes, I will leave a link for the channel in the description. And that's all.
That's all. You guys have a good night. We'll see you in the next one.